Clippers League One match of the week. This week we have visiting North Mississauga FC against your hometown Kingston Clippers. Joining me today is Paul Brown. Paul, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Phil.
A beautiful afternoon. We had a nice rain shower yesterday, which really cooled things down, thankfully enough. Really has set the stage here for what should be a fantastic match. East versus West. Clippers from your East sitting in, I believe, fourth. Double check that if we could. And you're visiting North Mississauga FC squad, just a few points near them in the standings. A tale of a game that should be pretty pivotal for both of them, as they both sit in the playoff picture, but more importantly are fighting to not only stay there but move up the table if they can. Kingston Clippers, of course, in their traditional all-blue uniforms, and North Mississauga in their visiting all-reds. Clippers playing from left to right, and Mississauga, needless to say, from right to left. And quickly, Zanetti pulls the ball down. He'll play center back, sets it all the way back to Dustin Kemp. Kemp taking some time. Again, playing some good controlled ball as they set the stage for what hopes to be a fabulous afternoon. Today's going to be a very interesting Sunday afternoon, Paul, because we have a doubleheader here at Tyndall Field. This 2 o'clock game followed by the women at 5, so a lot of soccer here at Tyndall Field. That was Koskins lost a little bit of control, pushes it back, finds Borges. Borges 1-2s it, brings it down with his chest, and moves it around. As we said, this should be a pretty close affair. Both teams very well matched up against each other.
There's only 4 points separating the two teams. Kingston with 26 and North Mississauga with 22.
There we go. And as we said earlier, Clippers sitting in fourth in the East and Mississauga third in the West. Throw into your hometown Clippers. As we get a break in the action, we'll go through the player lineups. A few changes being seen by both teams, and in fact, you'll probably see more this afternoon with the women's match as players start to go to their university and college camps, and so teams are forced to bring in some new recruits. Free kick to North Mississauga, just the edge of the Clippers' side of half.
Yes, the referee had good position on that one.
Referee for today's game, Pierre Akuri. Assistant number 1, Kater League. Assistant 2, Vladimir Makarov, who we've seen quite a few times this summer. And the 4th official, Kevin Reed. Long clearance and well picked up just before it hits the ground, Dustin Kemp. Playing probably... Well, I haven't, since the beginning of the season, I haven't seen him miss a game. Of course, we haven't been on the road with the Clippers, so he's certainly, as far as we can tell, consistently been the go-to guy for the Clippers. And, of course, the Clippers coming off a very strong season compared to last year. Clippers currently on a 5-game unbeaten streak.
Out on Kingston there.
And North Mississauga come to us with only a 2-game winning streak. So both teams kind of hot. Maybe not as hot as the weather was yesterday, but definitely on a positive roll. Again, Mississauga, far side, as they play keep away from the Clippers and try and gain some momentum and control. It looks like they lined up with a 4-4-2. That's Johnson Amu, number 17, now picked up by David Alva. Alva looks for Amu, can't find Reed. Good, well defended by the Clippers.
Alva's been in on a lot of the play for Mississauga today. I think he'll be a player to watch.
There are a couple key players from North Mississauga now that you mention it, Paul. One of them definitely number 7, Jose De Silva, coming to us with 7 goals so far this season, and the top goal getter for the Red squad is Jose Mello with 8.
Yes, Jose Mello, very, very good player.
Clippers now with a chance at the edge of the 18. That's De Silva right there. One of the top goal getters, actually second on their list. He's going to be definitely a man that Clippers will have to mark tightly. And a good pass there from behind. Clippers do well to break it up. Equal control so far by both teams. It seems very well evenly matched so far, early going.
Played a lot in the midfield so far.
That was Van Bellingham. Van Bellingham, one of the, actually the top goal getter, number 15 for the Clippers, tied with Lucas Blaine, 5 goals each. The other top goal getter is Koskins with 4 for the Clippers. And it's brought down there again by North Mississauga. Amu tried playing a 1-2, can't quite have that one connect. Good work there by Pineo. Long pass.
Pineo looks a little older than the other fellas. He looks like a veteran out there.
Well, there certainly is a range. Top, most experienced, we'll call it. We won't call him the oldest. Most experienced player on the pitch for Kingston is goalkeeper Dustin Kemp. And that is traditional because goalkeepers have a little bit more liberty with not being forced to run as much, tripped as much, etc. So definitely experience in the net is both a positive, and because of the lack of injuries, allows them to actually play it a little bit longer. But definitely, there is a range of age for sure with the Clippers. Good through ball there, broken up neatly by the Clippers D. And here they come back. Good fast pace to this one, folks. As they try and thread it through the D, and quickly and neatly picked up by Daniel Gosiniak for North Mississauga. That was Gabe Gala sending it back. Of course, not liking what he's seen up front, so sends it back. Try to build again from the back. Of course, on this beautiful weekend where some of us were probably caught this morning watching the Olympics, Paul. Not sure if you were able to watch any soccer action during the Olympics.
I watched the women's game there, Canada winning. Very, very tight game, and of course we come out on top, which is nice. The Americans being out getting beat too is quite an upset.
Quite a surprise for sure, and kind of opens the door for the Canadians to grab one of the top 3 positions, hopefully a medal in their future.
Both games I found very physical, oddly enough.
Definitely with everything on the line, it's tend to be.
Chapman there, she got hurt. I don't know how bad she is. I haven't heard anything since in front of the net there, but certainly she was a very good player for Canada.
And tough, also I think Canada lost a player to their second yellow card, so they're going to certainly miss that. Here's the first chance of the game. Ooh. Just wide, just about a meter wide of the right post. Good effort there by the Clippers, first opportunity of the game. And that was by number 7, Joel Zelt, who comes to us off of injury reserve, having suffered I believe it was a wrist injury for the longest time. Finally is finding his first start of the season here at home. So Zelt, some experience being brought back to the forefront, all the way back to Kemp. Kemp does well to clear that one right up the middle. And there again, Andrew Martin, number 10, and down on the ground with a, didn't quite see it, Paul, not sure if it was contact or not, but he's still on the ground.
He's up and going now.
There we go. Good news for the Clippers. And as we feel a bit of wind, which kind of cools things down for us. And again. Clippers with control as they move it back. And playing again that kind of staggered 4 in the back. It's more like a V-shaped back 4 with 2 main defenders up the middle.
Lost it there.
Big steal here by the man to watch for, number 10 for Jose Mello.
Down.
Yeah, number 10 for North Mississauga in red. He is the man to watch. He's going to be on our near side here for the first half. A stocky young man. Definitely one to watch for.
Yeah, you felt it when he ran into him. Solid player for sure.
Not a bad crowd so far, Paul. A little bit sparser than typical, but people still showing up. Any thoughts on this being your first game here at Tyndall Field? Any thoughts on what you've seen so far?
Well, I noticed one thing. The grass is cut quite nice. I mean, they play on an artificial turf here, so beautiful field and a nice backdrop here at Queen's University.
I can't agree with you more. The backdrop is fantastic.
And the play is fairly quick. That's nice. So they'll throw it in there.
Throw into Whiteman, and he actually leaves it for Koskins. As I said, once we do get a break in the action, I'll go through the starting lineup for both sides. Starting 11, and this throw-in is going to be left for none other than Zanetti with the longest throw, and not only longest, but this thing is a powerhouse of a throw. Christian Zanetti, watch this, right into the 18. Clippers have scored off of this in the past. Right to the PK spot, perfect location. Clippers weren't able to bring it down though. Cleared by North Mississauga, and it's 1v1, and it goes all the way back to Kemp.
You've seen that before through the season, I take it.
For sure.
Bit of a set play, maybe.
Without a doubt, and visiting teams will definitely find that that connection, that set play, as we call it, very quick. Kingston will try and use it very quick off the mark and try and catch their opposition a little unprepared for it. But yeah, to see a powerhouse thrown like that is very. It's a unique feature to most teams.
Especially if you get a team that you haven't played, and they won't expect it unless they get the scouting report on it.
Without a doubt. Again, back to the action. North Mississauga in their reds. They try and move up the middle of the field. Broken up neatly there by Van Bellingham. There goes Borges, one-on-one.
Beat two players there nicely. Still got the ball.
Beat Andrew Martin too, yeah, no.
He can move it well.
First 12 minutes of this one, we're still tied at 0. And cleared again. As they look for Borges, Borges races on. Tries to pressure that situation, can't quite do it. That's Amu again for North Mississauga. He couldn't build it up the left-hand flank, so they switched sides and turned it around. Quick turn on the ball as they try and push it into the 18. Clippers neatly clear it up. Deciding instead of just clearing it all the way far. That's Zanetti again. They try and place it up to the center line to see if their top two can make some kind of headwind from it, but no, gets all the way back. Again, building from the back. Number 10, Andrew Martin, finds Zanetti. And again, preferring to hold on to the ball as opposed to get rid of it and play what we call quick soccer. Try and slow down the tempo a little bit. Martin again challenging that one.
Ooh.
Collision there at center.
He's down there. I notice they're not playing as much possession as we've seen, and well, I find they're not as spread out either. They're a little tighter, but they're able to get out and open up when they can.
Well, I will give you that much. When we compare this soccer to what we watch on TV, a big factor in the pace of the game and the control of the game comes down to the size of the pitch. And this, as you can see from the backdrop, is also a football field. So, 100 meters by 50, 45 meters, I'm not sure what the full dimensions are here. Some of the fields we're watching in the World Cup, in the Olympics, probably bigger and therefore affords that extra time. No difference than in hockey when you get a bigger ice surface like in Belleville, the Olympic size versus the smaller ice creates a little bit more space for the players. Good chance here by North Mississauga, and it's in.
And their scorer, Mello, I believe.
And that is the first goal of the game at the 13th minute.
Open up in the middle, and he didn't waste it.
Put it right in the bottom right-hand corner. No chance there for Kemp. And North Mississauga go up first. What'd you think of the goal, Paul?
It was a very nice goal, actually. To say he was in good position. They passed the ball over to him, and he gave quite a good, powerful kick. And I don't think the goalie had a chance.
Clippers kick it off. We'll have to see how they react to this one. Hopefully they're able to tie this one up before the first half is over. But again, first goal goes to visiting North Mississauga in the 14th, we'll call it the 13th minute. And they pressure again, come down right up down the center as they did for their goal. Push it out to the wing, looking for a chip, well defended. It's brought down, no foul on the play. Looks like a corner kick, however, to the visiting Reds. Quickly taken right into Kemp. Kemp brings it down, and there we go. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the Kingston Clippers. In goal, of course, is Dustin Kemp. Number 4, Connor Hannigan. 16, Christian Zanetti. 5, Eric Koskins. 18, Jeff Borges. 6, Joey Pineo. 8, Andrew Whiteman. 10, Andrew Martin. 15, Patrick Van Bellingham. 11, Chris Welsman. 7, Joel Zelt. That is your starting 11 for your hometown Clippers. Going over to the North Mississauga squad. In net, Daniel Gosiniak. Number 3, Jordan Montoya. 5, Kevin Dillon. 7, Jose De Sousa. Again, reminder that Jose De Sousa is their second top goal getter. 9, Bradley Fenton. 10, Jose Mello, who is their top goal getter with 8. 11, David Alva. 13, Antoine Paul. 17, Johnson Amu. 19, Gabe Gala. And 23, Tristan Gale.
Making it 9 now.
That's right. Free kick for the Clippers. About 25 yards out, chips it right up the middle. Well defended by the Mississauga squad.
See if he wins it.
Good challenge here, yeah.
May get it. Nope.
Rolls out. Good effort there by Joel Zelt to keep it in play. Zelt to take the throw and decides to actually leave it for number 5, Koskins.
Most of these players, they're local players, are they, Phil?
That's an excellent point, Paul. Yeah, one of the features of League One is actually the idea that the number of imports is very minimal, and in fact, compliments to the Kingston Clippers, they have actually gone one step further and really featured a development program focusing on local talent. So yeah, a lot of people watching TV today will recognize a lot of these players, not only from growing up through the Clippers and KU ranks, but also they've introduced a new coaching strategy where these players will go back to the youth teams and help coach the kids teams. And so that creates that kind of connection, which is really, I think, fantastic.
Any of these lads play in some of the local leagues here in town?
Without a doubt, goalkeeper Dustin Kemp definitely came up. Number 2, Jared Savory plays in the Greater Kingston, or what we call the GK here in Kingston, the men's league. Joel Zelt has played in the past. A few other players for sure. Jeff Borges also plays for, I believe, Kingston Portuguese. So yeah, you'll see a number of these players also play in the Greater Kingston Senior Soccer Association. And for sure, within the next couple of weeks, you'll see a number of these players play with Queen's University.
Remember a few years ago watching the team that you'd sponsored in the men's league, their local men's league, this Carpazza Holmes team, winning the league a few years there. That's going back a few, but certainly nice. That was good soccer then. And
it's for sure. I totally agree with you, Paul. The Greater Kingston Senior Soccer, so we'll call it the GK, is a fantastic league for local youth talent, as is the Kingston Women's League for the women. This is one step higher and definitely a funnel to bring this local talent throughout Ontario and showcase them as much as they can. Some of the league rules, actually, I'll just hint at them as the ball goes out for a throw-in for Mississauga. Each team can only have a maximum of 3 non-Canadian players. They dress 18 with a minimum of 8 under 23 players. So almost half the team has to be under 23 years old. The starting 11 must have a minimum of 4 under 23 age players, and each team is allowed only 5 subs per game.
That's nice.
So yeah, the focus definitely, here comes North Mississauga again. Looks like a deflection will result in a corner kick. Definitely the focus is on youth, which it should be. And as we were speaking before the game started, the next tier level above this is the North American Soccer League, and the closest team for us in this region is the Ottawa team, which quite honestly is also doing quite well this year.
Now, would that level there, could they pull some players from this level to go up, do you think? Or has that happened, do you know of?
I don't know of any players. It wouldn't surprise me that some players have moved up to that level. Certainly I can see 4 or 5 guys on this team who should deservedly get a tryout and show up and play on a team like that. I think at that level they start to, like the MLS, they start to bring in international talent at a price, and unfortunately, if that's their thinking, if they have the budget for it, then that's certainly going to minimize the number of positions that local Ontario and Canadian players can earn. But for sure, the North American Soccer League is the next level, and Ottawa Fury right now sitting in 7th place in that league with having played 6 games with 9 points.
Now, what kind of attendance would they get, Phil?
It looks like, from the last information I had, the Ottawa Fury were pulling in an average of about 5,100 fans a game.
That's excellent.
Not bad for that level. Not the level you see at TFC. TFC is certainly a lot higher than that. The top team in the NASL is actually a team that called Indianapolis L1M. They bring in 9,800 fans a game, average. The old New York Cosmos are in that league, and they bring in just under what Ottawa does, about 5,100 per game. It is right now 11-team league. That is the North American Soccer League. And that ball rolls out.
I believe it went out, yeah.
Throw into the Clippers. That was Jose De Sousa trying to keep that one in play. Couldn't quite do it. Throw into Koskins, pushes it back all the way to Zanetti. Zanetti and Kemp have a little discussion, and Zanetti decides to keep playing with it, move it up, finds Paneo. Paneo looking for an open man, does find that. That's Martin. Martin quickly releases that. Up the wing, and North Mississauga playing, after they score that goal, playing with a similar sort of 2-4 back situation, easily break that one up. The one problem I find with a 2-4 defensive format, it does allow you a little bit more midfield push, but for the team that's trying to, in this case Kingston Clippers, trying to break through and get a goal, you're actually looking at 6 players ahead of you, and that could be very difficult to break down. But we've certainly seen the Clippers do it this year, and they're not surprised with that formation at all. They use it themselves, so long ball being called by Johnson Amu. Amu again pushes it up the middle. And that was to Jose Mello, who heads it to his right. Broken up by still North Mississauga ball in the 23rd minute. Clippers allowing a little bit more control by North Mississauga. They push it up. Again, trying to find Mello, couldn't quite reach it. Headed back. Oh!
Chance there.
Could have ended up with another goal for North Mississauga. Over the net it was, and Dustin Kemp feeling better with that result as it sails over.
He come out to challenge him, and that helped him there. He wasn't stuck back in the net a bit. He come right out.
Yep. Kemp definitely a very pivotal piece of this puzzle for the Kingston Clippers. Going off, number 18 for the Clippers, Jeff Borges, surprisingly, and being replaced.
Or 7, was it?
By number 11, I believe, Chris Welsman. Maybe going with a little more experience in Welsman. Coach Hoffler not seeing what he likes. Probably not wanting to go into the second half down by 1. Would like to tie it up if he could here. Clippers with possession. Push it to the left.
Ooh. Here we got it. I thought maybe too far.
Good control in the far corner. Yeah, good challenge there. Clippers do well to maintain possession.
Turned it over.
Good right-footed shot. Ooh. A little bit too long, and it rolls out for another goal kick. Of course, the second match today, Paul, is Kingston Clippers women against Woodbridge Strikers. Woodbridge Strikers on the men's side are actually the 2015 playoff champions. The women, this being the first year for the women, there are no defending champions, but Woodbridge being a very strong soccer center in Toronto, so we can only imagine. And also, I forgot to mention,
him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like cards might come
So
out
you
for
got to
this
get
one.
a card for that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he did, yeah.
Woodbridge Strikers actually coming to us today in the women's side in first place. They sit with 30 points versus the Kingston Clippers 14. So it's first place Woodbridge Strikers against your fifth place Kingston Clippers at 5 o'clock here at Tyndall, right after this one. Doubleheader match at Tyndall. Free kick to North Mississauga.
Now let me ask you this, would they use the same soccer balls, do you think?
They would use the similar make, the same type of ball, but
Oh, that was a good kick.
very good, yeah. Good volley kick
Mello, he's their go-to guy for sure.
there. Yep, he's definitely getting a lot of possession. Kemp clears this one quickly, puts it down the left-hand side. Good race on there. Savory trying to bring it down.
Looks like a bearded Rooney out there.
Speaking of which, I think Man U pulled off a 3-1 first game of the season victory over, I'm going to say...
Leicester City.
No.
Wasn't it? They beat them. They did beat them, didn't they?
I believe today's game was Bolton.
Oh, no, but the week or two before,
Yes,
yes.
that was
That's
in
the one I thought you were talking about.
Yep. That is the International Champions Cup, which is an off-season tournament for soccer clubs. We're actually going to talk about that and the money the teams are bringing in from that tournament. Quite a surprise to me, actually, how much teams can ask for and actually get from a small, not a small tournament like that, big North American and Asian tournament. Well, here, let me ask you, Paul. A team like Real Madrid or Juventus, how much do you think they would ask per game to play in somewhere like Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, or Sydney?
Oh, God. Would you get a couple 100,000 maybe? Not
You
sure.
know what? Honestly, Paul, I was surprised to hear it myself. We're talking millions.
Million? I was going to say the million word, but I thought, no, can't be.
You didn't want to lose your position here at Kojiko.
No.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that. It's really surprising what teams can make, but of course with the salaries the way they are this day and age, it's no surprise that you definitely have to have millions in your pocket before you show up for an exhibition game.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm more informed on cycling. A yellow jersey winner can go to races and command 25 to 50,000 for just showing up. It doesn't even have to finish the race.
Wow. So that'd be like a yellow jersey linesman, a referee at a soccer game.
No, not quite. Now, this guy actually won something.
Back to the International Champions Cup. Real Madrid got $15 million, and I believe that was for 3 games.
Wow.
Man United, PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich all got $9 million for their 3 games. Juventus, Tottenham, AC Milan, Inter got $9 million, including that was Barcelona. And then you had Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. $5 million for Borussia, $2 million for 1 game for Atletico Madrid. All big money. And just to go back to that tournament, which was featured on TV, which was great to see on TSN. Total attendance for the 20 games, 951,000. Average attendance, 47,550. To cover their expenses, they needed an average ticket price of $111. In fact, I checked it online, and they were, I mean, some games were cheaper than others, but it seemed like that was roughly the average. Of course, the big money coming not really from the ticket revenue, but from
Advertising.
and TV for sure. And that's why we're here.
Yes.
Back to the action as Clippers try and tie this one up before the second half whistle, or should say the end of the first half whistle. We are now in the 29th minute. It's been kind of a equal affair, ball going back and forth, and no one really enjoying too much more possession than the other, I would say, Paul.
I would say North Mississauga has a bit more control. They've made the few shots they've had count. Kingston's missed one wide left on their first attempt, and then they made a nice pass across. Ooh, there was one off the bar.
Beautiful shot off the woodwork as it bounces right back almost all the way to half as Clippers try and regroup and unload. Good chance
There
here.
we go.
Breakaway for Martin. If he brings it down, just rolls too far beyond and easily picked up by goalkeeper Gozniak. That could have been 2-1. I should say 2-0. And again, Mello turns it. Yep, up the middle. You said it. He's their go-to man. Right up the middle, well raced out. Dustin takes that one up, and he quickly plays it. Of course, time not totally a factor yet,
That's
but definitely kept knowing that it would be great to tie this one up ASAP. Looks like a substitution. Referee looking back to talk to one of the Mississauga players.
he's out on red. I know that. Oh, maybe the long throw in again.
Yeah, it looks like Zanetti lining up for this one as the referee finishes his discussion with Jose De Sousa. Again, their second top goal getter. De Sousa probably saying, watch out, I'm being hit, pushed from behind, or manhandled, and I want a little more freedom inside the 18. Here goes Zanetti again. Perfect opportunity for the Clippers. Can't make it work, and there's a push and a foul and a free kick to the red.
And the top goal scorer for Kingston is, refresher please.
Yeah, Patrick Van Bellingham.
And how many has he tallied?
He's number 15. He's got 5 strikes. Lucas Blaine also has 5 goals. And number 3 in that list is Eric Koskins with 4. They're going to need one of those 3 boys to start this one off quickly. Without a doubt. Amu.
Ooh, stopped him there.
Yep, almost controls it, almost beats.
Hello.
Here we go. Good control again by Mello. I'm not to second guess again. Here goes Amu, who will win a throw-in. Not to second guess coaching strategy and players, but I think if there's one man you want to mark tightly, it's Jose Amu, number 10 for North Mississauga.
Or Mello.
Mello, sorry, thank you. Yeah, giving him too much space is just what he's looking for. Chip into the 18, well defended.
Here we go. Get the ball going their way.
Yeah.
Get a lucky bounce here or there and get her going up the field.
Martin pushes it out to the left. As Whiteman tries to keep it in play. All the way back to the Mississauga boys for a throw. As we said earlier, Clippers coming off a great unbeaten streak. 5 games. In fact, it started off with a tie with Toronto Skills. Then they tied Toronto FC here at home. Beat Pro Stars 5-1. Beat Oakville Blue Devils 4-2. And then most recently beat Windsor Stars 2-1. So definitely have put a good string of ties and victories together. I need to say it's only 1-0 at this point. Just over the 30-minute mark. Still have lots of time to net a few. As Walsman looks for it, gets it. Walsman looking up the field and
the lane, but he got caught there.
Yep. Sorry, Paul. The pass probably not as crisp as he wanted. Again, Martin pushes it out to his left. Brought down quite neatly there. Push it into the 18, looking for a head-on ball and brought in neatly. Well saved, Daniel Gosnick. Long clearance, but no one up top. Clippers easily bring it down. And again, Martin playing a pivotal role in the D position, center D. Walsman. Long chip, again by Martin, and it goes right of the goal. Paul, I know you're a big baseball fan and hockey fan, and I won't put in that mix bicycle racing because they don't really keep attendances for that one. We're going to talk in a minute about average attendances around the world and the biggest sports around the world. And maybe I'll get a quick guess from you. What sport do you think brings in the most fans per season? And if you could pick a country for that sport.
Well, can I say, is that paid attendance?
Yes.
All right, okay. Well, the cycling's out then because they bring in the most.
No favoritism there. Okay, but yeah, you're right. Because
Probably
paid attendance, so no
10
records.
to 20 million for the Tour de France.
Okay.
But I would...
Oh, there's a late foul, a trip, and you'd think there might be a card on that play. I'll give you a hint, Paul. It's going to be either soccer, baseball, or football.
I'd have to say soccer.
Huh? Gonna be interested to find out the top grossing as we get. We'll do that quickly in a second. Good chance here for North Mississauga. Oh, they look for handball. No call.
Handball,
It's a late call.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a little coercion there. Referee being convinced that it was a handball and not a ball to hand situation, and the difference there being that if your hand is outside of the normal physical kind of position, then the referee will call it. And this is a tough call for the Clippers to swallow, without a doubt. Handball PK in the 35th minute.
Now, being a referee yourself,
It's a tough call.
it's a tough call.
It always is.
And
And it doesn't matter what level. It could be youth, could be professional. You hate to see a call change the face of a game, but in this case, it looks like he thought about it and he decided to give it.
in this respect here, I'd say that as a shooter, I'd kick where the goalie is because they always move out of it.
Jose Melo's second goal of the night.
Number 10.
Yep. The man to mark. And it is 2-0, and truly unfortunate for the Clippers there as Melo puts it to Kemp's right on the ground, and no chance for him because it was right in the corner. Tough break Clippers. Just to kind of fill you in on what we were just discussing. Total attendance, paid attendance. Most grossing, highest attendance in the world goes to Major League Baseball. It brings in
Really?
just under 74 million fans a season.
They play more games.
That's true.
165 or 168 a season.
The next league is the Japan Baseball League at 24 million. Follow that with the NBA 21.9 million, NHL 21.5, NFL 17.5, and then you get the highest grossing soccer league in the world, which is the Premier League at 13.8 million fans.
I would have thought they would have been higher.
Yeah, so would I have. Interesting, eh? The difference between baseball and the top flight of soccer is roughly a factor of 6.
But if you got your average attendance though, I mean, if you look at football, they play 16 games,
Yep.
so that's a lot of attendance for that few
It is.
games in a season.
And good point. Here we go. Average attendance. Premier League in England, 36,000, just under 36,500. Bundesliga Germany, 43,500. La Liga Spain, 28,000, and Serie A Italy, 22,000. Compare that to baseball, 30,500. So in fact, Premier League actually outdraws baseball. NBA 17,008, NHL 17,004, and get this for football, NFL, like you said, shorter season, 68,400.
There you go.
Condensed season. Throw into North Mississauga. The Red Boys
Now,
enjoying a 2-0 lead. Sorry, Paul.
Elaborate there. That's NFL football, not
Yes.
CFL.
That's right. Oh, interesting point. We're going to talk about the CFL.
Talk about the CFL.
Which sometimes we as Canadians don't appreciate how good of a league it is attendance-wise. Probably you like me probably think, it's not very well attended. It's a low budget league, etc. You'd be surprised how it sits in comparison to world sport leagues. And when we get a break, I'll give you the breakdown. I'll try and defend that position.
Now, you may not have this in your hands, but the average attendance for the Toronto FC. Any ideas?
I'm going to try and dig that up as I look through my notes. But I can tell you, the CFL brings in an average fan base per game of 24,700.
Very good.
MLS Soccer, 21,600. Serie A Italy, 22,600. It's not till you go up the ladder to La Liga Spain, 28,000. Bundesliga in Germany, 43,300. And Premier League, as we said earlier, 36,500. But quite frankly, CFL, mid-table in average attendance, above MLS, above Argentina soccer, and just below, believe it or not, Mexican soccer. That's pretty respectable.
It is good. Very good, yep.
Another chance on that. Kemp making no qualms about that, bringing it in, holding on to it, and trying to recreate a sense of security and confidence within the back four as they find themselves down 2. Played all the way back. Good chance here for Savory as he tried to turn on that one. Couldn't quite bring it down. Of course, Mississauga not giving him the luxury to have too much time with it. And cleared out for another Mississauga throw. again, Kingston Clippers in blue, North Mississauga in red, and if they go into the break with a 2-0 lead, would you say it's warranted, Paul?
Yeah, I think so. Kingston really hasn't done much offensively.
You're right. They've had a couple of chances, but haven't really been able to hit the woodwork or hit the space between it, actually.
Mississauga's controlled the play. They've forced Kingston to defend. And now, the first half, you know, they're expending their energies. Perhaps the second half, Kingston will come out pressing.
Yeah, good point, Paul, for sure. You don't know who's going to...
You see that in rugby quite a bit. A team can stay with a team for the first half, but then they're tired for the second.
Yep.
So we can hope for this.
For sure, yeah. Well, definitely. Chance here. Here goes Mello again. 2 strikes already. He's been the difference maker for the Mississauga football team.
Of the 2 divisions Kingston is in North Mississauga, maybe you don't know, but which would you say is the stronger side?
That is an excellent question. I would think the East is probably a little bit stronger than the West. But again, that is you know, and someone can make the argument, well, if it is, then here we have 2 teams that are sort of similarly situated in their respective divisions, and yet Mississauga's having a field day with the Clippers. So yeah, that argument goes both ways. Again, Mello pushing it 1-2, and I think the Clippers are going to have. That's exactly what the Clippers have to do. Unfortunately, they have to show some tough love on Jose Mello, because if they don't, he's going to look for a 3rd strike, and a 3rd goal here without Kingston getting one could basically put this game in the bag.
They'll have to learn it from the ladies and be a little more physical out there.
I think so. I think that's going to have to happen, without a doubt.
Although he has 2 goals now, I don't know if it's too late.
We can certainly hope not. We still have a full second half to go and about 5 minutes left here in the first half. Again, North Mississauga up by 2. And strikes by Jose Mello in the 13th and 35th minute. And considering that, as Savory challenges up top, will Kingston go to a 2-forward formation up top and gamble a little bit in the back? That's going to be a question for the coaching staff of the Clippers. North Mississauga bring it down, looking for a right-footed shot on
nice play.
Yeah, and that no difficulty there for Camp. Going back to the NASL, of course, Canada has more than just the Ottawa Fury. They have the Edmonton. Team name doesn't quite come to me yet, but Edmonton's average attendance is just under 2,900. And actually, they had a pretty good showing in the Cup, where we have 4 Canadian teams face off against each other: Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, and I believe Ottawa was the 4th team this year. As the ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Gosniak. Discussion from the Clippers, trying to keep the Renegades going here, trying to get some chemistry.
There we go. Get possession.
Whiteman's second effort there, good second effort, breaking up the play. Savory brings it back up the middle as they look for Walsman. Can't find him, they find Koskins.
Yeah, slow it down, control the ball.
Problem is, as we had said earlier, Mississauga with 4 in the back and Clippers with only 2 up top at best, and you're outnumbered by a factor of 2, and that really makes it hard for you to cut through that defensive line. Mississauga slowly build.
If they hold the ball at the back and make them press a little bit, they might be able to open it up and maybe kick one up front in a fast break or something.
Yep, it could, yep. Or hope for another throw-in where we get Zanetti finding some good chance here for Mississauga. Oh, it's number 3. Left-footed bottom strike for the Reds.
He blew by him, and he didn't fool around.
And that one's going to hurt because that's basically at the 45th minute mark. As we're trying to confirm the number. And going into the halftime break down by 3, that's going to be difficult.
Number 9, is it? Number 9.
It's Fenton, Bradley Fenton. and it's been all North Mississauga here in the first half with 3 goals, 13th, 35th, and 45th minute. And it's going to be a long 15-minute break inside that Clippers locker room for sure, as they didn't expect this. As we said off the top, we thought it was going to be a close affair. Both teams within 4 points of each other, but it's been anything but.
But at this level, though, it's kind of like junior A hockey. You know, anything can happen, and they could come back.
I agree with you, Paul. One goal can happen so quick, and within one, then you get 2, and all of a sudden it's a 3-2 game, and it totally changes the whole dynamics of it. But you're right, it's certainly not a situation where Clippers want to throw in the towel. But this is the first time, I believe, that we've covered Kingston Clippers. They've been down by 3 at the half. So it's certainly going to be a test for their character.
Now for North Mississauga, I believe their game plan would be to hold the ball and just don't give it up and really slow it down and control it. And just don't let Kingston touch it to hold that lead. Maybe
put Kingston to sleep.
Yeah.
Again, the chance here for Mississauga.
That was a nice little pass there.
Again, Martin, as he turns it, being
pushed
challenged.
him off.
Whiteman
couldn't get to it.
The chemistry isn't quite there. The connection, the ball control, the crispness isn't there today.
Yeah, they're a little off. Yep, their timing.
Throw into the Reds. And there's your goal scorer again, Fenton, as he moves back into his midfield position. And again, as they look for Mello again moving around.
Oh, Mello again.
Yep. Just another PK in injury time. And this one is going to seriously hurt if they score it. This could set the tables upside down. A 4th goal here, Paul?
Oh, I don't want to say over, but pretty much.
And a late tackle there, probably a little bit tired, dying to get into the locker room, not wanting to give Mello too much space, and mistakenly pulls his legs from under him, and up in the air goes Mello.
Give him a little hip check and
didn't use the stick.
Yeah.
And it's 1-on-1. Kemp looking to hold his team in this game. Can he do it? Oh, yep. Perfect PK taken. And there right at the whistle.
A hard one to take, that's for sure.
Tough start for the Kingston Clippers, down by 4 after 45 minutes. Goal scorers for the visiting North Mississauga boys. In the 13th and 35th minute, Jose Mello. Bradley Fenton in the 45th minute, and then a PK right here in the 47th minute. We're going to try and confirm the goal scorer there. It's been all red in the first 45. Paul, what are your thoughts?
Well, as I say, right now they won't, but see how it goes. They pick a goal up here or there. You know, they'll keep the boys in, but if it goes a little further, they may.
First 15 minutes are going to be critical here. They need to get one, at least in the first 15, to give themselves a half decent chance. Let's see if they do change the formation. It still looks like a 4 across the back. 4-4-2 lineup seems quite typical for the Clippers. They're going to stick with it. The option was maybe to throw a defender, take a defender off and throw up a forward. Make it a 3-4-3 maybe. Challenge on the ball there.
Which I think they'll have to do. They got to make something happen here. They have to get a goal.
Savory touches it to the right. Chip into the 18.
There we go.
All good head ball there, but not quite in danger. Savory challenges it again. Savory being brought up, I believe, for the first time this season, playing a key role in the GK Kingston League. One of the top goal getters in the league.
The goalie got his hand in there, right over his head, and made a good save.
Kosniak for Mississauga Panthers has played extremely well, hasn't made any mistakes. And that's Paneo. As he tries to find some more consistency in the blue side. some chemistry, some connection, some control, something to build on to try and get one back. Long ball down the right-hand side, brought in, chipped in right into the middle, well defended, out for a corner kick. It'll be corner kick number 1 of the second half to North Mississauga.
Should mention, I believe the to come watch a game, I don't think there's any charges there, Phil. Free
Fantastic.
for the
Yeah, I have totally been promoting this point all season long here on Kojiko League 1 soccer action. Free admission, free parking. You can't ask for a better day at a soccer game than this. It doesn't get any better. Where do you get such great action? Great turnout. Fan support today is probably a little bit lower than most games, but this is a doubleheader day, so you'll probably see more people walk in for the second match later on this afternoon. But yeah, I mean, right here on campus, Queen's campus, beautiful buildings as we alluded to before, and the atmosphere is fantastic. On that note, it appears that their next home game might in fact be at the new Richardson's renovated stadium.
Oh, nice.
So we'll hopefully be able to see more fans come to that. Will the situation stay where it's free? Will that change? I don't know. But certainly it's going to be exciting to see that these gentlemen play at Richardson Stadium.
How long does the season go till?
It goes into October with playoffs. And unfortunately now, what you're starting to find, and I'm thinking the Clippers might be suffering from this right now, you're starting to see some players go back to their university and colleges, and so the teams will, some teams more, some less, will start to suffer from losing some key players. And so needless to say, Kingston did this last year. They started bringing some of the better players from the Greater Kingston Senior Soccer League, bringing them up for a trial, and they'll play 2 or 3 or 4 games, and it certainly changes the dynamics of the team, but all teams will probably go through this. Here we are into almost September. Clippers now enjoying a little bit of control as they try and build a little bit of momentum, maybe, and draw North Mississauga into their half and leave a little bit more space in their defensive zone. Martin, good challenge there, beats 2 men. Martin looking up top.
Through.
Yeah, Savory with a touch on it. Yep, number 2, Jared Savory. Couldn't quite break it into the 18, still has control though. Challenge from behind.
Good.
That was a clearance by the Panther of North Mississauga, which leaves another throw-in. Zadini not taking this one. He's leaving it. It's going to be shorter. Quickly played to Wellsman. Good 1-2.
Number 10.
Yeah, Martin.
Martin.
And it's sent all the way back to the D as Hannigan sends it all the way back to Kemp. Kemp moves it to his right. Nice touch on the ball there. Again, can the Clippers maintain possession, play keep away for a few minutes, and get a couple strikes on that? As Gosiniak controls for North Mississauga. And as you said earlier, Paul, in the first half, really all Mississauga have to do here is play controlled soccer. Slow down the tempo, not give away anything crazy, i.e. a PK, and they walk home with 3 points.
Yeah, definitely. You talked about losing players. Do a lot of these players play at the university level?
You will see at least a handful, if not more, of these players play here, actually, for Queens.
There's a yellow down.
Yep, trip on that play. First yellow card of the half going to North Mississauga. And that is actually a great relationship that's been built over the last couple of years between Queens University and Kingston Clippers. Here we go. And we just missed the tackle, the trip, I should say. But it was off the play, so certainly warranted of a yellow card. So definitely positive both for Queens University men's and women's soccer programs and the Kingston Clippers. Having that base of such strong support. Kemp with a long clearance. Pineo. Up the middle, looks for a shot on net. Looked a little undecided, a little hesitant, didn't get quite enough on it. Certainly could have tried a little bit harder and testing Gosiniak there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was indecisive there. He didn't know whether to shoot or pass. He
and
just
really,
let it go.
And down by 4, you know what? At this point, you've just got to hit them all.
You got to shoot.
Yep. Here comes the Panthers. And they let it roll out of play for a goal, a kick.
I think Kingston had, what, 2 shots in this half already, which is probably what they had entirely in the last half.
So definitely,
net.
yeah, and I got to agree with you. They certainly come up with a little bit more punch. Substitution, 8 going out for Mississauga. That's Michael Krasminski, and coming in number 3, Jordan Montoya. Certainly with nothing here to lose, down by 4, you've got to change something. Something certainly wasn't working in the first half. Good chance here, Mississauga, and it's long over the net. And as we said earlier, you know, having come into this one with a 5-game unbeaten streak, you knew sooner or later something negative would happen, but you didn't expect to go down 4 goals in the first half. Although, looking at the score sheet, North Mississauga coming off an 8-2 thrashing of Masters football, and then they followed that up with a 5-1 win over Aurora.
Ooh, they've been hot.
Yeah, they have. 13 goals in 2 games. You know these guys can put them in.
Yeah, they figured something out.
All the way to Fenton as he looks for goal number 2. Oh, he just right
wide.
foots it just wide. Fenton being very difficult and dangerous here for the Panthers. I'm going to test your knowledge again, Paul, if I could. And of course, fans at home watching us, you can certainly join in on this guessing game. Most valuable sports team in the world.
I thought I just heard this recently. Is it the Yankees?
You're warm,
Or
but you're
the
not
Cowboys?
hot. Bingo. Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys valued at over $4 billion. And I can't remember the last time they won a championship.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
It is, isn't it? Challenged by Savory. And Amu wins it with Fenton.
It's
Touched out. Should be a throw into the blue. It looked like a last touch on, to me, to Gale, but AR Real decides it differently, and it's throw in and brought all the way back to Dylan. Dylan to Gosiniak. And Gosiniak plays it nice and calmly to the far left side. Again, good slow momentum control by the Mississauga Panthers. Just to finish that thought, Paul, second most valuable team is Real Madrid at $3.6 billion with a B. Bullet!
Go.
Oh, just wide of the mark.
Side.
Savory. Good bullet shot. Just touched the post, the outside of the post, and he's wishing he had that one again. Falling to Rando at the top 5. Barcelona $3.5 billion.
He made a nice play here.
Yep.
Got the ball out the defender, and he just kicks it wide. Just off the side.
Yankees are number 4 at $3.4 billion. Man United sits 5th at $3.3 billion.
5th.
That's big money. Savory wishing to get that chance back again. Best chance of the half goes to him and the Kingston Clippers.
That's three chances this half already.
Panthers trying to match that with a chance of their own. Pushes it into the 18. Well defended, cleared. And another throw in to the Panthers. Next break, we're going to take a look at the GK standings as they enter the second last week of the season, and a corner kick to Mississauga. Quickly, we'll look at the A division. It is in first place, we have Kingston Portuguese with 27 points, Boca Juniors 25, Soccer Plus 23, Hot Fire, Glenhaven, Cat 1, and Portsmouth Celtic round out the A division in the GKSSA. Far side corner kick by Mississauga. Looks like Mello to take. Right foots it. Cleared neatly by the Clippers. Set wall up the middle. Again, good effort here by Mississauga as they control it. Send it out to the left. And again, no one really enjoying control here, but pressure and possession advantage red.
Oh,
Savory.
Savory breaks it up.
Yep.
No, gives it back. Loses it. Players are playing tight. I mean, you can break it up, but you can't quite control it. And the guys are tight to each other, and and it goes right back to them.
Well, this was just a perfect example here how Clippers decided we can't build it from short passes. Let's go to the old kick and volley, and that almost ended up being a breakaway for the Clippers. Kick and run soccer. Sometimes you have to kind of bring that in to break up the momentum, get another team off their stride, surprise them maybe. You know, maybe the long ball at this point isn't a bad idea. If you have the legs up top, if Savory can beat someone up through the middle, maybe it's worth trying.
There we go. Yeah.
Good chance
ball
here.
Gets through. Defender makes a mistake, and you've got a chance.
Yep. Whiteman couldn't bring it down with his head. And that's a move. Fenton.
Zanetti.
Oh, Fenton looks like a dangerous kick there, and Fenton is down.
Leg up high there.
Lucky not to get carded there, Zanetti. Going back to the GK, Division B sees Advantage Pools in first place, followed by Cataraqui 2, West End Dental, Paradiso Pizza, Valhalla, Pita Plus, Grizzlies, and Cancol Benfica rounding out the B Division. In the C Division, Remax, Bar Homes, The Keg, JKL Rangers, Progress Physio, Boston Pizza, Don Cherries, and King's Crew make up the C Division. And finally in the D, it is CFB up on top with 33 points, followed by First Responders, Cotswold, AIC, Shea Piggy, Cat 3, and Athletico. That's almost 40 teams in the GKSSA. That league is well and thriving. Good chance here. Mississauga. Oh, Camp
Good
equal to
save.
the task. Yes. Brings that one down nice and neatly. No rebound there. No second chance. And he
Kicks it
clears
down
it.
the field.
He clears it long, almost to the 18 of
And
North
that'll come out.
Mississauga.
That'll be Kingston.
Kingston will take that one as we enter this 14th minute of the second half. Replay here. Good chance. Beautiful save by Kemp. Brings it in, quickly recovers the rebound. Quick thank you to our volunteers, Paul, as we get a break in the action.
Yes, Ben McDonald,
Jackie Howe.
Jackie Howe, Chris Bruce, Grace Esford, and Steve Heron.
Who is our producer. Big thanks to them for making this happen and hoping that you're enjoying it at home. Thank you for letting us into your place, into your living rooms, family rooms, basements. We certainly enjoyed bringing this one to you, albeit not the score we were thinking of. Nice throw on as they look for Perkins. Perkins trying to make it work, and he gives up a free kick. Paul, I believe this is your first game of the season.
It is, yes.
What do you think?
Very entertaining. Very good to watch. Enjoying myself quite a bit.
We hope you're enjoying it at home. Still have about 30 minutes left here in the second half. Kingston Clippers still haven't been able to put one by. Goalkeeper Daniel Gosiniak.
Bill, you're a veteran announcer here at soccer in the area. How many seasons now is this for you on Cogeco? Going back how far?
It is, believe it or not, off and on. I believe this is our 20th season of trying to of promoting Kingston local soccer, which is really, I've got to be sincerely honest about this, has been a thrill. And to see the talent pool reach League One now here in Kingston. Of course, a couple years back it was Kingston FC in the, I believe it was the CSL or CPSL. I mean, that was fantastic in itself, but this league really has the support of the OSA and the CSA, and my guess is it's here to stay, and I think they're doing a lot of things right. Big chance here from North Mississauga, offside call, that'd change that. Referee not seeing the flag till later on. Unfortunately, Kemp had to make the save all the same. But without a doubt, there's certainly big improvement in local soccer as we look at the replay. Right-footed crack, and Kemp again equal to the task.
Over the years, some players that stick out in your mind, you remember?
I do, and some of them have turned out to be coaches in their own ranks, teachers in their own ranks. Without a doubt, some of them have actually come up here and played at the League One in the September-October kind of time of the season. A little bit older than some of these players that we're looking at today, but without a doubt, some great soccer talent in Kingston. It's been great to see The only hope is that sooner than later, League One will actually develop into a paying league, a semi-professional league, where these guys can actually make some money. I think that would be the big step forward. And really, it's all about getting sponsorship. Finding enough big pocket sponsors to support this is really the next step. And get back to this action again. With just under 30 minutes left, it looks like it's a very comfortable lead for the North Mississauga Panthers. Another substitution to be made. Just trying to make out.
14's coming out, I believe.
Did you see who was coming in, Paul?
14, I believe.
So that would be Jonathan Ramirez Toyas. Yep. I would say he's at this point with under 30 to go. Coach Hoffler probably deciding time to get some fresh legs in and shake things up a little bit, get some rookies in.
At least Kingston get a goal, not get shut out here.
That's step one for sure, as Hannigan pushes it all the way back to Kemp. And hockey, a lot like soccer, a 4-0 lead is sometimes insurmountable. Again, back to Kemp.
Unless you're talking the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sorry, Toronto fans.
You know, I'll stay away from that one. Throw into North Mississauga, far side. And another substitution to be made. This time it looks like goal scorer, Fenton going off. And coming in,
number 21.
21 would be Andres Duenas. So coach for North Mississauga deciding to save his top goals, well, one of his top goal scorers and pull him off. Not wanting to risk any further injury. That certainly is a decision, a hard decision to make sometimes. Tristan Gale with the ball. Gale looking around. Finds an open Amu.
Oh, that was a nice play.
Yeah, Amu racing into the 18, right foots it, tries to put it across for a volley, and it's deflected out for Clippers. Clippers with two men up top. Are they going to send it long, or are they going to try and build it up from the back? And it looks like at this point, neither, as Mississauga get a throw.
Mello really seen the lane there and headman the ball quite well off to the right side, and that created a chance as he kicked the ball across in front of the net. Could have went in.
Mississauga very comfortably playing with possession here, enjoying possession. Long clearance up the top as they look for Mello. Kemp versus Mello, and this one goes to Kemp. Let's take a look at the MLS standings. In the East, it's New York City, the Red Bulls on top with 37 points, followed by TFC with 36. Montreal Impact in third with 33. New York City 33. Philadelphia 31. Orlando 26. Those are your top 6 playoff teams at this point. You then have New England, DC, Columbus, and Chicago rounding out the rest of the East Division, I should say.
Good rivalry there between Toronto and Montreal, just like in hockey.
For sure.
And you and I took last year, had the privilege of seeing a game there, which Toronto won.
Yeah, up in Toronto. Was that nice?
Yeah, it was a very, very excellent game. Anybody gets a chance to go, certainly worth it. And we got to see the C&E also, so that was an extra treat.
That was a beautiful package put on by the Clippers, without a doubt. And quite frankly, I think we were close to the nosebleeds, if not in them.
Yeah,
and
but you could see well.
Yeah.
There was no issues.
It was a great afternoon. And big thanks there to the Clippers youth program. And let's take a look at the West in the MLS. It's Dallas up on top, followed by Colorado, LA Galaxy in third.
There.
Real Salt Lake, KC, and Portland. Portland being the defending champions, now sitting in 6th. You then get Vancouver, who have really struggled of late and fallen all the way down to 7th spot, 30 points, 2 points behind Portland. San Jose, Seattle, and Houston round out the West. Vancouver on the cusp, yes, of not making the playoffs. After such a strong start.
Portland draws well, too. I've watched the odd game and seen they get a good crowd there.
Yep. I would think one of the best drawing teams in the MLS is still Seattle. But boy, they've fallen on some hard times. Second last in the West. That's surprising. I don't know if it's some of their superstars being injured or.
I was going to say that, yes.
Something's up.
Mello there with a chance. Oh,
Kemp,
almost
nice
a hat trick. Kemp making a great save. One of the sharpshooters in the league here.
Oh, for sure. Another thing that's been nice for Toronto is the resurgence and return of Jovinko scoring, especially with Jose Altidore coming back off injury. That 1-2 connection has really paid off dividends. Again, Mello, right-footed shot. Really, it looked like a nothing crack, but right on target and bounced right in front of Kemp.
He finds the slot well. You can see it there in the deep slot, and they get the ball to him, and he's got the power to drive it to the net.
Mello, and I don't mean this in a negative way as we watch the Clippers build for another chance on net. Not your typical
looking soccer guy. Yes.
Striker. You know, you kind of mentioned it earlier. You thought he was like the Rooney-esque type. I have to agree with you. But here's a guy who scored now has his 10th goal of the season. Corner kick. Clippers looking for something more than a corner, but that's all they're going to get.
And I've seen that often. I mean, years and years ago, I had a chance to watch the Russian national team play in hockey. This is. And there was a fellow there, and I mean, he looked like Benny Hill. I'm not kidding you. But could he play hockey? And he was the best player in the ice for Canada's side. And that's when Brett Lindros was playing for them. And I think he got 3 goals that night. And as I say, you know, if anything, you can almost say he had a bit of a belly on him, but you couldn't get the puck off him.
Yep.
And you see that more and more.
Oh, without a doubt. Savory looking to race onto this one.
Just a natural, you know, sorry.
Yeah, well, the finishing touch is so unique, and in soccer it's the same way. You cannot buy the talent of a guy who can score. It is something that you can practice till you're blue, but game time situation, someone who's got that knack, like a Jovinko, let's say even a Mello who's got 10 goals so far, you know, it's pivotal. Having a go-to man changes the whole complexity of the team and your season, quite frankly.
Even Altidore is a big man, you know. He's not a little fast guy.
No, not at all.
You know, he could play football. I mean, you know, NFL. So yeah.
Earlier you were talking, you were asking, can I think of any players that stood out? Well, no doubt I can think of the Papazzis, the Douglases, Poser, Landon. These are all players who actually played with our sponsor team, but you know, these are guys who continue to play even at a senior level and had high caliber talent. That is just, it was, you know, Adam Lewis, the Furtados, the Francos, great talent, great local talent that go back 15 years ago didn't have this chance to showcase their talent provincially. You know, certainly in tournaments they could have, but honestly, I think it's fantastic what the Clippers have done. They've spent some big money putting this team in League One, both men's and women's. And I've said this before, they've put their money where their mouth is. This is not a cheap venture, but they are definitely doing it for the good of the game and the good of Kingston players. And it had to be done. And certainly before them, we have to thank the owners of the Kingston FC team who came from Ottawa and also followed that kind of premise. Probably spent a lot of his money to promote the game. Back to Mello, again, with 2 goals. All right, 2 snipes. Maybe looking for that hat trick. Savory tries to tackle, can't quite win it. Alva for Mississauga wins it.
Now I'll bring up a name you've had the privilege to watch many years ago as a good player. He came from Northern Ireland, which is John Wilson, if you remember him at all. And he played semi-pro soccer over there, and he played here locally. He was a very good player. Now I'm talking back probably in the early 80s.
Oh, there we go.
But he was a very, very good player.
And on that thought, Paul, and I thank you for bringing it up, there was an incredible amount of talent. It was go for another substitution, trying to make it looks like Zanetti going out. Or is it Van Bellingham? Just trying to double check. Van Bellingham going out and Taylor Nelson coming in. You know, you go back in the 60s and 70s, there were an incredible amount of very talented, you know, ethnic players who really made this soccer community thrive. You know, we also have to think within that, certainly as we look at the replay, You have to think the community clubs like the Portuguese, the Italian, the Austrian, the German, the Irish, you know, they all came together and supported soccer in a way that probably isn't being supported today.
Did he pull a hamstring there? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, not at all. Looks, yeah, he's limping off for sure. And they were sort of the backbone of Kingston soccer. It isn't that same way today, although the Portuguese certainly have 2 teams in the GKs right now. But you need that incredible support. Another couple names that come to mind, Manny Brandeo, you know, players that were just, you know, even into their early 30s, just incredible soccer players. And I know I'm missing a ton of players and I'm going to get, you know, criticized for it, but an incredible soccer talent here locally. All the way back. Gale. And really at this point it looks like keep away soccer courtesy of...
Oh, here we go. If he can outrun him and get a chance.
Behind.
Here we go.
Martin.
Oh, and a good save.
Martin trying to put that one...
Too bad that didn't go in.
He needed to lift it a little bit. Couldn't quite do it. And there's Nelson. Substitute Nelson trying to offer some support up top.
Do you think coming in, Kingston took these guys a little too lightly maybe? Maybe they just stepped back. They weren't aggressive enough. I don't know. They're playing a lot better in this half, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's
maybe the pressure's off being the home team. I don't know.
You know, coming off that 5-game undefeated streak, you know, I'm
get complacent. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit. You know, I don't know, but for sure to see them go down by 4 in the first half was a surprise to me.
But this is a hot team coming in, scoring a lot of goals too. So, you know, they were moving forward as well.
Yep. And I'll throw a few more names out here before Peter Landau. You know, Gerbazi, Mariano Gerbazi. Man, we go back. It's just the number of the names that come to mind, and for sure at this point are a lot older.
Oh, that's a trip.
Free kick, Mississauga. As we now have just about 15 minutes left in this one. 17, just under 17 to be exact. North Mississauga enjoying a very comfortable 4-0 lead. Let's not forget also Victor Mendez, who now coaches at RMC and also helps with, I believe, one of the pro teams as a scout. Savory. Oh, he will at least win a throw-in as our volunteers try and bring it in. I should say Nelson leaves it. Molsman finds Pineo. But unfortunately decides to send it back and means that Clippers have to regroup from the back. Pineo loses it.
The 75th minute here.
Mississauga try and push it into the 18 and it goes out for another goal, a kick.
Let's see. Kingston's outchanced them here in the second half, and here's another one.
Another
you see
good
in the
look
replay,
at. Yep.
And a good save, and just can't seem to buy a goal right now.
It would be nice to see them break that shutout and walk out of this second half saying that they at least beat them in the second half. We were looking at the standings before. A win here would have been pivotal for the Clippers because they sit now in 4th.
Well,
yeah, take a look at it, Paul.
Tied for 3rd, actually, with Durham United. And that would have put them right into 3rd on their own.
Which would have been the first time this season they've been in the top 3. Just doesn't look like it was meant to be. Good challenge there by Nelson. Fortunately, Jamal Paul. And that's Andres Duenas. Good challenge here. Oh, deflection. Looking for a handball. Savory tries it. Yep. And, you know, you hate to look back at the turning point, quote-unquote, point of the game, but was it that second goal for the Panthers, the PK, that turned this game around, made it 2-0, and turned the tide, as we say?
That was off a handball, too, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a controversial call that really the referees kind of struggled with and eventually did get to go Mississauga's way.
They almost called it, really. I mean, they knew it happened, but then they kind of protested a bit and they called it.
They certainly sold it. And the referee certainly bought it. Again.
But it did happen. There's no denial.
Yeah, you can hear them yell from here. Again, we're not trying to discredit what the referee did, but it was...
It was the right call. But yeah, I think so, because it was pretty tense, pretty tight in the midfield, and then that happened, and I think that broke it right there, broke it open.
Free kick here for Mississauga, 25 meters out. As the clouds continue to overcast, hopefully we're not in for any of the wet stuff. Had a lot of that yesterday. Right-footed chip. Oh,
nice,
beautiful save.
Shot, lovely save.
Best save of the game so far.
That's a highlight reel for sure.
Kemp equal to the task. Great save. Corner kick to Mississauga. And they are slow to it, trying to kill some valuable seconds as we have just about 12 minutes left now.
Mello, they're trying to get his hat trick. It's his second chance this half at it.
Oh, another deflection, but this time a goal kick to the blue. Well, certainly if Mississauga are preparing for the playoffs with Mello and D'Souza, you got to say they're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, here's the replay here. And he kicks it right over, and a great save.
Great video work by our crew tonight. And back to the action with Mississauga. Trying to play keep away.
What changes in the game have you seen over the years? Different styles of player? Is it all the same? Like, is notice the game quicker? Or
as a referee, you know, I go back to my youth, and nothing to discredit what we did as kids and our coaches back then. We grew up with a kick and run mentality. That was for us soccer. That's how it kind of began. That was kind of the British way that we grew into, and it certainly has moved away from that. Kick and run is really kind of shunned away with. In fact, when you kind of mention it, you know, as a way to kind of change the complexity, the character of the game, players sometimes look at you like, what are you talking about? You know, they love the control, but the makeup of the game is you have to kind of catch your opposition by surprise, and sometimes kick and run does that. Ball control is better today. The field conditions are definitely better. You have turf, which certainly just is phenomenal.
This is great.
It's incredible, especially on a nice cool day like today. Players are taller, more fit, and you know, the traveling is second nature now. It's on par with hockey, rep hockey, and back in the day, traveling outside of Kingston was really kind of a long shot. You know, we're going back 30, 40 years. Today, traveling for soccer is an expectation. 12 months of soccer, 12 months a year. Back in the day, you only played soccer for 2 months in the summer. Maybe a little bit at high school, yep, as we look at the replay again.
Yeah.
And again, Nelson turns it to his right and wins a free kick just at the edge of the box.
Zanetti, I believe.
Yep, Zanetti to take. And he's got a powerful shot. There's a push in the wall.
There we go.
Could be a yellow card for one of the players from Mississauga. Of course, because the play has not started, if that was a card, it wouldn't result in a PK. But nonetheless, referee says I don't want any more of it. Zanetti to take, right-footed. Is he? Yes, he will. Just a little bit high.
Too high.
Tried to get a little bit too much power on it, and it wouldn't come down. So those are the changes I've seen, without a doubt. One of the negatives I would have to say is that I don't think Kingston has returned to the fan base that they had in the 70s and early 80s, 70s. You know, when you would get 300 or 400 people to a Sunday afternoon game at Caton's, or even before that at the Memorial Center. This is fantastic here at Tyndall, but you know, and I'm going to reserve judgment a little bit because I know for the women's game we'll probably get a few more fans here. But I think that ethnic rivalry has been diluted to the point where it doesn't draw the fans out, and that's too bad. Although we do reach them with television, so maybe they're just at home a little older now, watching it from the comfort of their living room.
That's right. They're watching it here on Cogeco.
As we get back to the action here. And again, with just under 10 minutes, Clippers about to end their 5-game unbeaten streak to the hands of the North Mississauga Panthers. Again, goal scoring for the red team was done in the 13th and 35th minute by Jose Mello, 45th minute by Brad Fenton, and 47th minute again, this time by Jose D'Souza.
Oh!
There it is.
There we go. Magic! He got it.
Taylor Nelson cracks open that goose egg at the 82nd minute. And finally brings back a sense of life for the Kingston Clippers. Good second effort there by Taylor Nelson.
Just the goalie made the first save, then that was it. He got his chance again and didn't fool around.
The importance of a second effort highlighted in that goal right there. Didn't walk away from it, stayed with it, watched it, and ended up with the first Clippers goal of the night. 4-1. Is there a chance for a little bit more, Paul?
Well, you never know. It can happen. Another goal and make it 4-2. It's respectable.
All the way back to Kemp, and he'll quickly play this. And does so.
Guys will get a little hungrier now. I see some success finally.
Pineo.
Nice
Beats
play
two
there.
men.
Got two on him. Beats him.
Wellsman. Nice touch. Again, Pineo. Passes are a little crisper, a little bit more on them. Far side control as the Clippers mount a little bit of resurgence. You know, you hate to ask this, but it would be almost an unofficial expectation that Clippers might get a PK call.
That offside, almost.
Yeah, no. Kemp came out, unloaded it, beat Jamal Paul to that one. And D'Souza finds Mello. D'Souza, Mello, watch this, left-footed crack.
The combo.
Just
wide.
The two top goal scorers for the Panthers. Now with 18 goals on the season between the two of them. Quickly put into play. Nelson, the goal scorer, puts it back. As they switch sides.
Go if you can get by him.
They find Wellsman, and he loses it. They need a couple more shots on that, Paul. They have to kind of get that sense that once they get inside, say, the 25-meter mark, it's got to be a shot on net. Sometimes you can try and get it too close to the 18 and look for those closer strikes as Zanetti puts it way up. Sometimes forwards can try and be too perfect. Sort of like in basketball where you try and stay away from the free point and try and get it with little.
Make it too fine.
Yep. At this point, you're going to have to start taking those three-point shots. They have the power. Zanetti can certainly hit them, as can a few others on that team. They're just going to have to bring them down. Here's another good chance. Looks like Martin is going to line up for this one, number 10. And Clippers are going to bring 8 players. Zanetti's going to also leave his defensive zone role. He's going to come into the mix as they look for a deflection or rebound. Martin looking at this one. Zanetti had the last one, went a little bit too high. Can he do better? Right-footed crack. It's lower, but didn't get through the wall. Left-footed
Nice
crack.
save. Good shot.
Chance here.
Here it is.
Ball.
Here it is.
Oh, just over the bar.
net. I thought he had that for sure.
Clippers showing some real life here in late stages. Good chance by Perkins as he just puts it over the crossbar. And going back to your earlier point where maybe Mississauga are a little spent. Maybe they spent too much energy in the first half. It's taken Clippers a little while to sort of turn the momentum around, but this last 10 have been all Clippers. Whiteman tries to beat his man, can't quite do it.
There we go. Got the ball again.
Sojic. Long ball.
Trying that right side a few times.
Seems to be a favorite side of theirs. As they try and spread the ball out to the wings, then try and chip it into the 18. Trying to say from going up the middle, which typically is more congested. But again, the Panthers equal to the task. Long through balls that look for Mello. And another, doesn't look like an offside call, but maybe foul behind the play. Can't quite tell as referee Pierre Akuri brings the ball back for what looks to be a...
No, it's a player down there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's a Mississauga player down. Injury call.
It's D'Souza, I think.
Again, just under 5 minutes left, and what looks to be a North Mississauga Panther win over your hometown Kingston Clippers. They have had more chances here in the second half, the Clippers have. But the only one to find the back of the net has been Taylor Nelson in the 82nd minute. If that is the case, Clippers can at least say they walked away winning the second half. Little consolation prize maybe. Free kick to the Blues.
There you go. He's waving him over.
Long
Down on the left side here, might have more success.
Yeah. Look for Perkins. Perkins couldn't bring it down. Good touch there. Perkins trying to join the fray.
There's a turnover. Oh, he's going to call it.
But that, that's a good foul. Perkins had no choice. They have to try and get into the play. I'm not sure about the yellow card call.
I don't know about that one, no. I think that's a little severe.
Apparently the referee's saying to him, that's the third time you've done this. Late challenge.
Let's
that's
see
why
what
you're getting the call.
on the replay here. So I don't think it was too bad.
Yeah, in the replay, it looks like he got mostly ball in that one. It's almost like...
He did. The guy...
It looked like the Mississauga player actually ran into him. But... Oh, and a red card. Oh.
He must have said something, did he?
To Perkins. Red card to Dylan Perkins in the 89th minute. And I'm guessing it wasn't happy birthday.
Oh, I don't think he said thanks for coming out.
You've done a great job. That's a tough call. Of course, with only about 2 minutes left in the game, it probably isn't going to change much here.
But the next game?
Yeah, he'll be gone for that one for sure. And depending on what he said, it could actually end up being more than one game suspension. So hopefully it isn't. Brady Perkins going out on a red. Of course, probably venting a lot of the frustration most of the team probably feeling at this point. As you said earlier, Kingston probably not thinking coming into this one they were going to go down by 4 goals. And after running that 5-game unbeaten streak, it's going to be back to this drawing board for sure. Something just didn't show up in the first 45 minutes. Pineo.
He's played well today.
Solid player.
Yeah, he's controlled the midfield pretty good.
Got to say, probably one of the top players of the game for the Kingston Clippers, Pineo?
I think so, yeah.
And would it be fair to say that your guess for top player for the Mississauga Panthers would be either Jose Mello or Jose D'Souza?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Mello for sure.
There we go. Yeah. There are 2 top players of the game. As players just slowly move the ball around and basically are killing off as we hit the 90th minute. And we have 4 minutes of injury time added.
D'Souza was good too, but Mr. Fenton was very good too. He went off earlier, but he was a force out there as well.
He was, you're right. Deflection off of Kemp will result in a Mississauga corner kick. Once again, Kingston Clippers 4, North Mississauga 1. This is Ontario League 1 soccer action coming to you from Queens Tyndall Field. Stay tuned, hold on, don't move too far away from your sets because within about an hour and a half, we'll also bring you the Kingston women's side who are hosting.
As we know, the women have been hot for Canada in the Olympics, so winning most of her medals, if not all.
Yeah, exactly. Kingston, hosting the Woodbridge Strikers. Good chance here for Savory. So deflects off a leg and back to the red control. Mello. Again, Mello.
There you go. Nice play there, eh?
Yeah, even though he has 2 goals on the night, he's a two-way player without a doubt.
Yeah, he's been challenged by 2 or 3 players at a time and beat them and make the play upfield.
Jamal Paul puts it back into the 18. Right-footed shot. That's it.
Mello,
that's a third of the night.
Trick.
Mello finds
Yes.
the back of the net in the 92nd minute.
Right in the slot. He finds that spot, and he's lethal. Yeah, it's his third, but he could have had 5 today. You know, he missed 2 others. Not to focus on the negative, but he's certainly been
He has been the
amazing.
star of the game without a doubt.
Yep.
Jose Mello setting this game on fire. If you're a North Mississauga fan, you're all smiles at this point. Look at this nice pass up at the top of the 18.
Look at
Dummied.
this. Bang.
Right-footed crack. No chance, Kemp. He dove the right way, but just couldn't get there quick enough. And as the clouds continue to darken and hopefully no threat of showers, certainly has cooled down for us here at Tyndall Field.
At least not on the soccer field. It can rain everywhere else because we need the water, but certainly not here.
Certainly needed in Glen Burnie.
Yes.
Savory up top, and he won't reach it. Jamal Paul plays with 1-2 with Mello. Mello holds on to it. Moves it around. Finds Tristan Gale. Back to Duenas. And this is now just keep away. Let's kill about a minute and change and drive home. I should say not walk home, be too much of a walk back to Mississauga.
I think they're going to try for another one.
Well, that would be insult to injury. There's a crack.
Oh, wide. Yeah, they're not going to give up here.
Now, I'm going to throw it out to Paul at 5-1. If I were the coach, I certainly wouldn't be one to encourage another goal. But there are 2 sides to that coin. Some coaches say keep going all out. It's all about getting ready for the playoffs.
Here you go.
Good long ball. Here we go, kick and run. And it may result in a good chance here for the Clippers as they chip it into the 18. Long ball.
There, cross.
And kept in but not. Couldn't control it. And it rolls out for a throw. If you were the coach at a 5-1 lead, what would you say to your players?
Well, it's pretty hard to tell a young fella who's, you know, doing well and playing good to back off and not score. You know, they're having fun out there for sure.
Good challenge there by Sojic. Foul on the play, and it will be a free kick to the Clippers. Clippers will probably end this one with this play.
No, hats off to the Clippers, though. I mean, they're not being. I mean, the
Outhandled.
one fellow has a red card, but I don't see too much, you know, negativity on their part or
Without it,
unsportsmanlike in my mind.
and they haven't thrown in the towel. Down 4-0 at half. They came out
Cincinnati with a
gangbusters.
hard kick. But
Yeah, and you've
it's
got
really
to
upright.
compliment. That's a compliment to the coaching staff as well as the players. There's a no quit attitude, and that's
That's the game.
After 94 minutes, it's a 5-1 victory for the North Mississauga Panthers. Let's go through the highlights of the match. Game started with a 13-minute goal by Jose Mello, followed by a PK in the 35th minute, again scored by Jose Mello. Just before the end of the half, it was 2 goals again by North Mississauga added on to that in the 45th minute. Bradley Fenton, and in the 47th minute, a PK strike by Jose De Sousa. After 45 minutes, it was 4-0 North Mississauga. Second half action, Kingston Clippers goal in the 82nd minute by Taylor Nelson, and the last goal of the match going in the 92nd minute, again in North Mississauga by Jose Mello. Final score, North Mississauga 5, Kingston Clippers 1. As you said, Paul, it looks like it's been a stronger result for Mississauga, a happier result, and it's going to be back to the drawing board for the Clippers.
Yep. Well, you know, all things end, and North Mississauga now will pick up 3 points, and that'll move them up to 27 or 25, I believe. Sorry.
And a very sporting gesture on the behalf of the Clippers as they come to the west side and applaud their fans and thank them for coming, and their fans very grateful, showing their appreciation to them also. Once again, a reminder to all our fans at home that following this game is a feature second bill, the Kingston Clippers women playing Woodbridge Strikers. Woodbridge sitting in first, Kingston Clippers in fifth. That one could be a more difficult affair than this one, but we certainly hope not.
Well, we'll see. You know, we thought maybe Kingston would beat North Mississauga, and it turned out to be the opposite.
Once again, it's been a great game for both sides. Again, Mississauga walking away with 3 points. Paul, I want to thank you for joining us for the first time this season. You